I am live, y'all. Hello, how are you? Boy, looking rough. In the heating pad. Still having knee issues. And for those of you that have knee issues, oh gosh, I feel bad for you. It's kind of relentless, huh? Okay, look, I'm just getting back in. As of yesterday, I got back in from a 3-day weekend with some of my nearest and dearest, my friends in our book club. It was so much fun. Okay, let's see here. Am I going to see some comments? Is anybody with me? Maybe not. This is a pop-up live after all. I do want to make sure that I am live over in my group. 1 minute. Let me pop over there and check it out. Yes, I'm taking today off. There I am. So I'm taking today off, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to pop on during the day. And just for a change. So I'm going to sit here for a few minutes and tell you about my trip. We went to Walla Walla, Washington hello, Sherry, very nice to see you. So I'm just getting back, as I was saying, well, as of yesterday, from Walla Walla, Washington. I better keep the light off my face. I'm rough. You would think I had a wild weekend. It was a pretty nice weekend, though. We went to do wine tasting, and that was the main thing. But we stayed in a beautiful house, VRBO. I don't know. I didn't even go upstairs. Again, the knee thing. But my friend had parked me in a beautiful master downstairs and had an exercise room. Didn't use it. Had a closet. Didn't use that either. I'm just a simpleton. I just kind of threw my bags in a corner. But oh, my light. Let's see. The bathroom had tray lighting that it was like disco lighting. It could be different colors. It could flash off and on. I couldn't figure out how to turn it off the first night. Too fancy for me, obviously. It was so fun. And then my friend Anne, she planned most of it. So she's been there before, but she's a phenomenal trip planner. She should do it for a job. So anyway, we went to no, we didn't go to dinner the first night. The first night, half of us cooked dinner, and then the other three of us cooked breakfast. Both meals were delicious. We had a chef come to the house the next night, and I had to lay down. I was hurting, but you know what? I could still hear them, and I could smell all the delicious food. They were cooking Thai, and everybody was involved, and they said there was a lot of prep, and they didn't eat until 9 o'clock. But it just looked really good. So then we came home yesterday. You know what? It was really just nice. Just a nice getaway. Like I said, my knees still hurt. I was really hoping that 3 days of no driving would have calmed it down, but it did not. But you know what? I kept thinking, well, you could be sitting here at least laughing some of the times with your friends, or you could be sitting at home. So I do plenty of that. Anyway, so that was my weekend. Please feel free to tell me about your weekend, okay? Um, Here in beautiful Boise, Idaho, it is indeed beautiful. Kind of about 77, I think, for the high right now, and for this week. Blue sky, really nice. What can I say? Just beautiful. I should be filming this outside. But anyway, I'm just glad to have you here. And like I said, this is just a pop-up live. We are going to, oh gosh, did I get let me check this. I need to see if I got my wheel of names ready. It totally escaped me. I thought about it this morning, and then I haven't thought about it since. But I may have to pop back on, but we're going to do a drawing. Nope, I didn't get it ready. Darn it. That's okay. Well, we're going to play with paper pumpkin right now. I already have an idea of an alternate. Kathy, oh, that's where you were. Well, I know you were in someplace beautiful. You flew to Florida to visit your son. Are you still there? I hope you are. That sounds fun. And lots of card prep and card making at church. Very nice, Sherry. That sounds like fun fellowship. Nice. It's that time. I mean, lots of people make cards specifically for Christmas, but you may be doing something where you make cards all the time. So, anyway, okay, let's talk about paper pumpkin, right? I didn't overdo it on the wine tasting, but I still feel a little dehydrated. So, let me hop over here. Let's see. Let's look at this one. No. Well, we'll put it there for now. How about that? Because I do want to show you this. No, I'm just kind of playing. Remember, StreamYard is new to me, so I'm just kind of playing. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of my face. Remove that. There we go. Now, put this on. Remove Again, I'm happy to speak with you about that. You can actually call me 208-830-6328. If you have questions, sometimes it's just easier to just talk with me or text me and I will call you back. You can also just go to thestampingzoo.com and you will find a page there that says join the zoo. And so that is where you can find me. Okay. Just want you to know that we have lots of fun stuff going on, like no momic stuff. There's too many options on this thing. I want to be little face and big paper pumpkin. Let's see. Let's do this one. It's okay. I don't want to be over to the right, but we'll try this, okay? So paper pumpkin, I'm going to try and tell you everything about paper pumpkin as if you've never bought paper pumpkin before, because if you haven't, you need to know. Then if you choose, after all of this, if you choose to skip this, well, that's on you. I just don't want you to be sad, okay? So paper pumpkin is Stampin' Up's monthly subscription kit box. Every month, if you sign up for this, every month you get this in your mailbox. It's an all-inclusive kit. Normally it's cards, but lots of times they throw in different things, decor items, 3D. You always know ahead of time, though. I talk about it in my emails and on Facebook. You can follow various groups that are all about paper pumpkin. So you have a good heads up in advance about what paper pumpkin is going to look like. If by chance you have a prepaid subscription and one of these paper pumpkin boxes doesn't sound like something you'd like to do, well, first of all, make sure, because you'll be sad if you miss it. But let's say you're going on vacation and you will not be doing paper pumpkin. You can easily pause your subscription. It's simply just hitting a down arrow and clicking suspend. Or if you want to stop it, you just hit cancel. That's it. It's very easy. You don't have to talk to anyone. So I think sometimes that a month-to-month subscription kind of scares people. Like it's going to be hard to get out of. It's not like that. Okay. You don't have to have any contact. So once you know about that, now let me talk to you about how fun it is and how much value you get in this little box of goodness every month. So this comes to you, you pay tax and $22. I just looked it up, $23.05 in the state of Idaho. Okay, and then what I got this particular month was a beautiful kit that makes Christmas cards. I'm looking for the instructions. Oh, I just dropped my supplies. A nut. I told you, just getting back from the weekend. It's a good thing I wasn't gone any more than that, right? So it has beautiful instructions in it. You don't even have to follow words. Look at these cards, you guys. Oh my gosh. 3 of each of these cards. So if you didn't get this, you're feeling kind of sad. Wait until I make them. You'll be really sad. And you can make the cards all just as described, or you can make alternates. We're going to make an alternate today. I haven't even made this card as designed because it's screaming window card to me, shaker card. So we're just going to start right out of the gate making a shaker card out of it. But I did make the other 2 cards. Now let me tell you before I show you those. This is going to coordinate with the November kit. Okay, so this is going to be tags, and this was cards. What we're doing this month is cards. The tags are going to coordinate with these cards. Oh my gosh. They've done all the work for us. So you'll have, beautiful little combinations of cards and kits, or cards and tags. And if for some reason you haven't gotten an October kit, there is still a way to get an October kit, I think. And that is that if you sign up, once you sign up to be an active Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can purchase past kits and past kit refills as they are available. So I just looked before I came on here. I'm not sure whether or not they're going to have this kit available for sale, but you have to be a current Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to be able to shop this, okay, if there are extras. So we will know soon if there are going to be some extras. I think they tell us about the 20th or 21st. But my suggestion is to just sign up because you know you're going to want some beautiful Christmas tags, which can also be made into cards, right? But the kit's going to be for tags. And then once you have that, then you can check on the 20th or 21st. Again, if you're one of my customers and you don't understand how to go look out there, or you forgot your password, or you just don't feel like it, I will look it up for you. Okay. You just have to remember my phone number and my email, thestampingzoo@outlook.com, and I will square it away for you. Okay. So with that, let's start working on the October cards. And I did already. So it came, this is how it comes, and I've taken it all apart, but you literally get everything you need. This is a full sheet, big sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals. Now, I will be bringing in supplies that I already have opened, but just know that everything you need, except for scissors, comes in this kit, even a stamping block. Like, you get the block the first month you are a subscriber, and then after that, every stamp that comes in the stamp set every month will fit on a D block. So this month, this stamp set, you guys, adorable. Let me see if I can find a piece of paper to put it on. Oh, get my glare off there. Look at this. This is so cute. I love these. I mean, I'm just going to keep this stamp set out and use it all season. We've got Holly Jolly. Santa Claus is coming to town. Some little elements, snowflake and stars. Then we have an outline of a really cute Santa face. I love this. We're going to be able to do some embossing with this. Wouldn't that be really beautiful? As well as the Merry and the Ho Ho Ho. Deliver to, we've got that. And then also 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. And then finally the Christmas and the Holiday. And when you stamp sentiment stamps that look like that, you can make them any color. So in this case, this one is Early Espresso, which is the color, the featured color that comes with the kit. So when you get the kit, you get a little ink spot, okay, to last a long time. This is a great, Paper Pumpkin is a great way to make a stash of ink colors and stamp sets, because even long after all these supplies are gone, you're still going to have the stamp set and the ink spot, okay? So please don't forget. I mean, you're getting, like I said, a lot of value in this. It's so fun. And then once you have a few other supplies, you know, then you start thinking about different ways you can rework these cards. So here's one, Joy, 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. They have also included a punch out of the O should you not want to use Santa, but my goodness, everybody wants to use Santa. He's so cute. And then here's the other one with Santa, Merry Christmas. Well, they all have Santa on them, but the Santa head. And they have these beautiful cutouts, right? And I'm pretty sure this is crumb cake, but I can find out for sure what coordinating colors are used. And this very handy little instruction sheet. The back of it has a how-to, so you can hit this. You can take a picture of this on your phone and then hit it, and it's actually a link to the video to Sarah, our CEO, usually shows us how to put the cards together as described, okay? And then also it shows you all the supplies at a glance. It shows you all of the colors. Yes, the card bases are crumb cake. And then it says, hey, if you want to make some alternates, here are 3 ideas. And I think they even, let's see here. Yeah, there's even an email, or no, I'm sorry. There's even a website where you can go and see what they used to make the alternates. If that's not enough, there is a Facebook group put together by Rachel Tessman, and it's Paper Pumpkin Fan Club. Took me a minute there. Paper Pumpkin Fan Club, and there's thousands of things there. So there's no shortage of inspiration for Paper Pumpkin, as if the kit's not enough. Okay, so then the third one, like I said, I did not make it yet because once I saw it, I knew I wanted to make all three of mine shaker cards. Oops. And so it's this right here. Just this beautiful silhouette of Santa coming to town. Okay, now I have some pieces and parts. I better just pick them up. I don't want to waste them. So hopefully I won't knock myself over here. Okay, there's that. And one more. You guys get a nice view of my backside there. Because I'm so concerned. I'm so concerned about what you're watching. Okay, here we go. All right. It's time to get the blanket off. Okay. Oh, my knee feels like it can move a little bit now. All right, we're good. Hey, thanks everybody for the thumbs up and the hug. It's so nice to see you. And while I'm chatting with you, especially now, because this is an odd time for me to come on, right? If you are thinking about it, will you please share this video to your social websites, social sites, whatever? That helps me and helps the Stamping Zoo grow because you tell your friends who might not know about us to come on over. We're having some stamping fun. Okay, so let's just use this dirty piece of grid paper, and I'm going to cover up my piercing mat because this is a photopolymer stamp set, so I like to have a little bit of resistance. You don't need to have the paper piercing mat. It could be something as just a stack of typing paper. No, copy paper. My friend teased me the other day because I called it copy paper. Sorry, but I call it typing paper like old times because I'm old-fashioned, right? Lois is waiting for her kit. And hello, Mary Ellen. And thank you for sharing. Okay, so we need some extra products for this. For sure, I need window sheet. Where did that go? And I need to measure this little square. And this is going to give me an opportunity to use some of the most beautiful sequins we've ever had or I've ever seen. They're gorgeous. Okay, so this is the frame. And it is 3 1/4-ish square. So I'm going to cut my window sheet to 3 1/8. I better make sure it's square. I really think it is, though. Yep, it is. Okay. So my window sheet, we sell the window sheet in 12 by 12. Let me back up. Obviously, I've been gone for a few days. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And one of the things that means is that I sell all of these products, okay? So if you live in the United States and you would like to have a demonstrator help you out, I would love it if you would give me the chance to earn your business. I do work hard to provide excellent customer service. I'm always trying to improve, and I have lots of lovely customers and several team members. And so I am most interested in, what am I most interested in? Well, I guess from a business perspective, I'm most interested in making sure you have the information you need. So if you want to be a customer, that's fine. If you want to join my team, that's great too. But I'm always about just giving people the information and letting you make your own decisions. Okay, so anyway, I do want you to know that, yes, I am a demonstrator. Yes, I do love it. And I will continue to do it for a long, long time. And I am very active with it. And it is my jobby, which means I have a daytime job as an accountant. But this is my very serious side job. See, it's more important than a side gig to me, okay? So I spend a lot of my free time working on Stampin' Up! And making sure that I know I'm in the know to help you. I have also been a stamper for about 30 years. I've been using Stampin' Up! Product. And I've not been a demonstrator that whole time. And I wish I had been. But, you know, things happen when they're supposed to happen. So anyway, I am one now and have been for several years. And I just really like helping stampers of all levels. I like to help you figure out the things you really enjoy. Okay, first things first, let's get this cooking so that we can let it dry a little bit. I am just going to take some of our liquid glue. I'm going to put it around this frame. This came in the kit. Okay, the frames are just punched out die cut pieces. So giving it just a little glue. All right, you heavy handers, be careful with it because you need something like the liquid glue that makes a solid line around it. So, but I want you to be careful. Don't put so much on there that it looks like cake frosting. Think about your second grade teacher who told you to just like hold off little dots. Okay. And yes, I realize you're not in the second grade, but you'd be surprised at how many people I see coated on like frosting. That's actually going to be worse than not gluing it at all. Okay. It makes ripples in your paper. It's just not a good idea. So lay off the glue. All right. Normally for heavy-handed gluers, I tell them to just use glue dots. But in this case, you really do need a continual strip of adhesive. And so glue dots aren't going to cut it. Okay, once you get that down, then you can take some of our adhesive strips. Now, this is going to be close because that frame isn't super wide, but you can get it there. And as you saw, these strips are flexible, so you don't have to cut them at the corners. In fact, I recommend that you don't. Just put them on there until you run out, and then start with a new one. Okay, and then you can just bring your little snips in and cut it. Because, again, we're making an enclosure for our beautiful sequins. Because it's not very funny when you make a shaker card and then it all shakes out. It only lasts one time. That's not great. Okay, let me look at the real card now. Okay, so there's some beautiful stamping up at the top of this. Oh, wow, that's pretty. And this is Bermuda Bay. And then they've done some different printing of snowflakes. Okay, I'm going to put this in the Stamparatus because that is a silhouette stamp. That's a lot of ink. And so this is a good opportunity to get the Stamparatus out. Okay, come on now. All right. One thing I need to do with this, because I don't really have a spot. Well, just a minute here. I'm thinking out loud. That's scary. Okay, I think we do have room for the magnets. So I have prepped these by running them over my chamois so that if there was any sort of film on the photopolymer stamps, hopefully they've been cleaned off. I'm going to look at my picture again just for reference. Let me see how far up this is. It's pretty far up. How about like that? Okay, they're really getting up there. Then I'm going to put this one right there. Now, they gave us early espresso to use, right? I'm going to use my regular sized ink pad because, again, because I have it, it's already open. I tend to keep the little ink spots I receive in my Stampin' kits for new stampers. So then I bring this over here, stamp or ink the stamp, okay? And I'm going to press down. And let's see how my image is. And it does stick a little sometimes. Okay. I would like to redo it. The reindeer look pretty good, but this guy, Santa himself, he could use a little more ink. So I think I'm going to go ahead and redo all of them. So when I do use the Stamparatus like this, I can re-ink in exactly the same spot. So we're going to get a nice, really vivid image. Yes. And it may appear black, but if you were here, you would see that it's just like a really rich, early espresso. Look at it. Oh, I love it. When I really like something, I whisper. Okay, so that's really beautiful. Okay, we're getting the pieces and parts together, right, for this shaker. We have a little more stamping to do. Santa Claus is coming to town. I think we can handle that. And the ho 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 is a laser cut, and it also has a piece of vellum, which I've already lost. That happens. It's right by my hand, I am sure. There are extras in the kit, but well, we're going to get an extra in the kit. So the words look like this, right? Isn't that fun? You saw the other card that I used the Mary on, and the Mary is actually two. Oh, shoot. That's not what I need. I need the vellum piece. Let me also show you, though, while I'm talking about them, 3 different card bases. Oh, and the insides are even done. Can you believe that? So cute. You can say Paper Pumpkin doesn't miss a trick. I think sometimes people forget about it because we have so many other beautiful things, but don't forget about Paper Pumpkin because it's the deal. It's a great deal. It's also very fun to do with, if I'm working with someone who's a non-stamper, everybody's a non-stamper until I get to them, right? So if I'm working with a non-stamper, I will grab a kit. A kit's easy, fun, and we have other kits that are not subscriptions. So please remember, those aren't in our catalogs, okay? So if you go to stampingsoo.com, over on the right-hand side, there are links to my catalogs as well as a Shop Now tab. If you hit the Shop Now tab, it'll take you right into my Stampin' Up store. And then from there, you can just look up shopping kits, all kits. I recommend just go look at all of the kits. It will show you all the kits that are available right now. And there are so many. Don't get me started. I'll have to do a video on kits soon because there's some really beautiful ones in there. Okay, so let's see here. I need the little green. Well, it's not green, but it has tiny green stitching. Can you see that? Probably not, but it's really cute. Let's see if we can see it. Let's see if it'll. A little bit. You get the hint. Just know that it has a tiny stitching. It's probably in blue. I can't even tell for sure. And so when you get your kit, or if I take a picture of this, you'll be able to see it. Okay, now Melody Hyde on World Card Making Day, she gave a great tip. Normally, I tell people match your blocks to the size of your stamps, which is usually true, right? But in this case, I would use this block, and then you kind of have a hard time seeing this little paper you're using. So a couple of tricks for that. First of all, if you're stamping on white cardstock, put a color back behind it that's not white. Okay, so I just have this strip of crumb cake. So that helps you to see it, you know, different than your good paper. And then also, here was Melody's tip, which I loved, is go ahead and put the sentiment on a bigger block than you need, because then you can see through it. See that? You can see the white on either side of it. I loved that. So Even after all this time of stamping, I learned something new on World Card Making Day. So that was very worth it to me. I hope somebody just got ink on this. Let's see if I can get rid of some of it. I have an ink pen here. And I felt that on my thumb, but I didn't do anything about it. Let's see though. I was trying to see if part of the tag was hidden. Really? Okay, I'm gonna grab a new tag. I will use that one for some other one and figure out how to hide that smudge. Oh, they gave us one extra anyway, at least one extra. Let's see if I can be a little more careful. Okay. Got my thumb in it the last time, so no thumb. Put it back on the crumb cake. All right. One of the letters was not quite inked up. I'm sorry, but I have to bring this closer to me because I need to look through it, right? You know the scoop. Oh, so cute. Santa Claus is coming to town. Okay, so we have that piece now. The other alteration I want to make to this card is I'm actually going to put it on a thick white card base. Come on now. I don't know. I just like the thick white a little bit better than the card base that comes in the paper pumpkin kit. Now, I will say the card bases for most of the paper pumpkin cards, they are more lightweight than our regular cardstock. And I'm pretty sure part of that is because there's a very strict measurement that the paper pumpkin kits can't go over in order for everything to work. Like the cost of it is based on the shipping weight. And so we have to be careful not to go over a certain amount with the kits. And part of the way they do that and still provide a really beautiful array of products is that they use these lighter weight cardstocks. That's my presumption anyway. But it gives us another opportunity to add a layer if we want to. I'll use this for stamping. And then let's see here. I want 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm taking the front off of that card base that came in the kit, and I've made it 4 by 5 1/4. And that's going to give me just a little bit of border. And I love layering. So I think it just looks extra special. So let me see here. Now, I was definitely telling you guys about game night, but the other events I have are that I'm having stamping, just straight stamping events, October, November, and well, no, in October and November, December to come, but it'll be like a decor project. So in October, I have a stamp camp, and I also have a 10 card stamp a stack for Christmas. Okay, and then in November, I also have another stamp a stack or stamp camp. Get not confused. The way to not get confused, though, and to register if you'd like, is again, go over to the Stamping Zoo and you will see all the information on different tabs. You can click on the pictures and register. There are to-go options and in-person options. And I don't know if I will carry on with the to-go options next year. The price point's low on them, but I just thought it'd be fun to offer it. So if you're not in the Boise, Idaho area, and you would still like to come to Stamp Camp with me and experience what my stamp camps look like, you can register and either pay $20 or you can make a $25 purchase and then you get your kit for free. So shipping still applies, which will probably be between $7 and $9. But if you place a $25 order with me using the host code that's in the registration, then you get your kit for free. Okay, it's 4 cards with envelopes. So I highly suggest that. Why wouldn't you want to do that instead? And if you are in the area, you can register to sign up for an in-person class. Hello. Hi, Darcy. Hi, Kathy Sanford. How are you doing? Okay, so we're getting our card as we like it. We're getting ready to do the sequins. Let me make sure. Yes, yes, yes. Looks good. We need this candy, this piece, this stripe that looks like candy cane. It's beautiful. And then it looks like they used one medium snowflake. You get this beautiful sheet of snowflakes. Okay, iridescent. We also have these for sale as a package of, well, you get a lot of them, 36, I think. And they're all one size and they're different shape than this. Okay. But regardless of which snowflakes you're using, I recommend that when you're trying to get them out of the paper, hold on to the middle, like I'm holding on to the middle, okay? And then pull from the center in. Otherwise, if you grab any of these little, I don't know, spines, you're probably going to break it off. So just hold on to the middle. It's nice and sturdy. And then you can use that. I know, Kathy. I'm glad you caught me live too. This is not, as you know, not my normal time. So my normal time for going live for anyone that's new is 7 p.m. Mountain Time on Thursday nights. But I missed last week, and so I really wanted to come on with you. And the other thing I do is that when you share, usually I do this for my Thursday night videos, but at least one video a week. When you share, and then you comment that you share, you have to do both. Okay, you have to actually share the video, and then you have to put in the comments that you shared. Then I do a drawing the next week and give away a product. And so I will be doing that after this video. I'll come back on just for a short drawing because I always seem to forget to get them listed, get everybody's name because I pull the names and stuff. So now I'm just putting some glue dots onto this ho-ho-ho. And you might be able to see them a little bit, but I think we're going to be able to scrunch them up. Okay, because this is going to go onto the vellum. So see, I'm just going to like fold them over on themselves. And you don't need to attach it top to bottom. I really don't think that's necessary. And also, I like a little bit of movement in this stuff. So, okay, again, where is my craft paper? Well, how about this? I need a third hand. Okay, this is the little piece of cardboard that came with the kit. So we can use that too. So we are going to have a background of vellum, and I'm not sticking these on there exactly. I like a little offset. You can do what you want. Okay, so that's looking pretty cute. We've got our stamping done. Oh, we need this. I think we're ready for, oh yes, look at those. Now these come in a package in the annual catalog. Let me see here. They come in a package of green, pink, and blue. And some of them I've used some, but there's a ton of sequins in there. And look how gorgeous they are. I'll try and get the glare off of them. And there's all sorts of different pieces. And these are $15 US for all 3. They're just gorgeous. Look at that. Look in there, all these little pieces and parts. There's some silver, some iridescent, different finishes of blue. So they're pretty cute. Okay. First off, I'll go ahead and glue this down. Again, easy on the glue. You do not need to coat this. This is good. These are good craft supplies, and we're not 4. Okay. Unfortunately, we're not 4 anymore. So we don't need to coat everything with the glue. Oh, this in itself is just such a cute little image. So again, I have put a window on this and we are turning this into a shaker card. That is an alternate. The card as presented really just looks a little bit like a photograph. It has the frame around it, but then nothing over it. So that's okay. We're going to help it out. We're going to put some blue in here. Now, I know these aren't Bermuda Bay, but they're still going to be really gorgeous. And there's so much silver in them that I think they're really going to just fit with the whole theme. This is not a huge shaker card. I don't think there's any firm measurement. It's just kind of, how are you feeling? I used to not put enough in there, and that I don't like. I don't like a sad little shaker card with not very many sequins in it. And we have so many in this package, so go ahead. You can buy more should you run out. I don't know if you will, but should you run out, I can tell you where you can get more. Don't worry. Thank you for sharing, Cindy. I appreciate that so much. I'm glad to catch you this afternoon. Okay, come on now. Okay. So again, this is just that adhesive strip I was telling you about. And there's several different methods of making shaker cards. This is what I would call the traditional shaker card. Okay, and then, so this is very sticky, right? You're not going to get a couple chances to fix it. So I need to hover over the picture, make sure I have it where I want it, and then stick it down. And it does not fully cover this bottom of this, okay? I do need to bring it close to me so that I can be over it and not get all the glare. Okay, and then once I have it down, really press that down, or as I told you, you're going to have a pocket that where all of your sequins just falls out. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Okay. So there, you've got like a whole snow situation. Oh, it looks so pretty. And they kind of cling in there. I kind of like it. Oh, look. Yes. That's so pretty. Okay, so let's finish it up on the front. And again, this is just a little iridescent guy. I am going to put it up. I'll hold it. Let's do this first. This guy first. And it looks like this is under here. And I can find out for sure by looking at the instructions, but that's not in the cards right now. Then I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. I need to remember where they are. They blend in with the scenery. That's okay. I have a lot more. Let me just grab some more. Okay. So then this, let's use 3 on this. I love this as a shaker card. That was like a given, right? Am I right? You could also use the pink if you wanted to, because there is, looks like Flirty Flamingo and maybe Cherry Cobbler or Sweet Sorbet down here. You are going to a quilt retreat this week. Oh my gosh. I love that, Darcy. And then you're going to relax by using your paper pumpkin. That's so fun. Okay, let's see here. This is going to go right here. Okay. Doesn't have to be centered, but it looks like I centered it. And then I want to put this down. I am not going to use a bunch of dimensionals. This might get a little bent, but it might not. But it also won't look horrible if it gets bent. Okay. I'm just going to put it on the edge so that I can still read my sentiment. But then this doesn't go over the edge of the paper. Okay, then I need my ho, ho, ho. Where's all this stuff going, I swear? Is it the wind blowing it away in here? There it is. It's right by my hand. Okay, and since this is vellum, I am going to use the glue dots again. Okay. They're just easiest, and really, you don't really have to worry about where you're placing them because the red is covering up the majority of the vellum, or I'm not going to worry about it, let's just say. Because, yeah, sometimes you can see glue dots through the vellum, but most of our vellum is actually covered up. Okay, and then kind of like Santa, we're going to arc it. I want it to go over. I want to move it over if I can, but I don't think it's going to let me. Nope, that's where it is. Okay, that's all right. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Santa is coming to town. Watch out, people. Let's take your pick tool. And let's take a few of these. We will glue these on the outside as if they spilled out. Okay. So I like to use the putty part of my take your pick tool, and I put it into the front side of the sequin, and then I can glue it down. Oh, I like that already. I'm going to try a couple of these tiny ones. Sometimes they get so tiny that it's really more difficult. But I will challenge myself. Okay. And then, let's see. Here's an iridescent one. That looks fun. Oh, Kathy, you haven't used these yet? Is it because they're so pretty? You like fear of you actually using them? Because I just sat and looked at them for quite a while, but then I challenged myself to use them for a class, and they turned out great. They were for my pig and apple class. I let them make shaker cards with the green sequins. I think they were a hit. Okay, and maybe just one more up in a corner here. Draw our eye up to the corner. Ooh, so cute. Okay, and then you still have like, it doesn't even look like you've used them. So, like I said, don't be cheap with your sequins in your sequin cards. That's what they're in your shakers. That's what they're for. Look at that. And then I put it on, like I said, I put it on a sturdy base. So it sits really nicely. It can handle the extra weight. And I will take a still photo of this so you can see it up close, but it's gorgeous. And they kind of hide under there, under the ho-ho-ho. So I'm glad that they're clinging. In fact, if I don't mess around with it too bad, they're really clinging up there, which is fun. Okay, everyone. Do you have any questions while I'm live about Paper Pumpkin? Yes. Okay, good, Kathy. I'm glad you just forgot about them until you saw me use them. You can put them on your desk so you won't forget. I'm going to clear this off for just a minute, and I want you to post if you have any questions about Paper Pumpkin or any of the other kits. I'm so glad to answer them for you. And also, please don't forget, you can just contact me directly to place an order or to just ask questions. I know I talk about lots of products because we have so many beautiful products. It's hard for me to not come on 3 times a day, honestly. But I know that if you're probably watching this for the first time, it's not, you haven't heard it a million times like I have. So please let me know if you have other questions, whether you are watching me live, thank you, or whether you're watching me on a replay, thank you so much. Whether you're watching on Facebook or over on YouTube, hello, YouTubers. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for supporting me over on YouTube. I have 505 subscribers, I think. Okay, so I appreciate every single one of you. And if you spread the news, then pretty soon I'll have 1,000 subscribers and I can go live over on YouTube as well, right? Oh, Cheryl, that's very kind. You wouldn't mind watching me 3 times a day? Oh, you'd have to hear my stories over and over again. You only have like 5 stories. So, okay, so here is the shaker alternate, right? Oh, it's so cute. And then here's one of the cards made just as designed. You can't get, I couldn't improve on it. Okay. And then here's the other one. So 3 great designs. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I think it was fun too, right? Hello, Elizabeth. It's very nice to see you. Yes, it's fun for me too. I missed you guys because I wasn't able to come live last Thursday. And so I'm going to wrap this up. Then I'm going to come right back on in 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to give away a stamp set. For those of you who shared the Black Envelope Challenge video that I did, I guess it's been 2 weeks ago now. So I did a Black Envelope Challenge video with Suzanne Netz. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can just go, you can pull up all my videos by just hitting the videos tab at thestampingzoo.com. And then, but if you guys have shared that one, then just watch for me in the next 10 minutes or so. I'm going to come on live and I'm going to give away a stamp set. I don't know what stamp set. I have a lot of stamp sets in my treasure chest. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Okay. I'll see you in a minute.